Hello everybody, Big Block Breaker here today, and I'll be talking about the latest Minecraft update. And I know, I'm late to the party, but I still want to talk about some of the latest additions. Although, this update has been split into two, there's still a lot to talk about, so let's just jump right into it. So, first of all, I want to talk about some of the new fauna blocks. Or flora, I'm kind of stupid, but first of all, we've got moss carpets. These I feel as if will be incredibly useful in building, especially if you're trying to terraform to make stuff look nice. The same goes for the azalea, the flowering azalea and the regular azalea tree. But I don't know about the glow lichen. I'm not the biggest fan. I don't think it looks very good, personally, not even on stone or anything else I've seen. So, that, I don't know. It's kind of odd to me. I just think it doesn't really fit in. So, let's continue on here. We've got some of the new mineable blocks. These include tuff, cobbled deep slate, calcite, polished deep slate, and just tuff. But these, I especially think these two, calcite and polished deep slate, look really nice. They both, I feel as if they're also going to be incredibly useful, first of all, as building blocks and for terraforming, which are just, two very nice things to get into. That's a lot of fun. And I honestly think it's going to be great to have these added to the game, especially if you're mixing it with these blocks. Let me go back here for a moment. The moss carpet and the flowering azalea. I honestly think these two mixed would be really nice as long as you know what you're doing. And most of you probably do. Let's continue on to the newest ores of the update. We have copper ore here, and new versions of the ores. You have deep slate ores for diamond, iron, lapis, emerald, gold, and copper. Also, something I only found out recently, the raw versions of each block have their own little block to be made out of. Put 9 into a crafting table, and that's how you get it. So, let's continue on to the copper blocks. Here are some of the copper blocks. This one was actually a pristine copper block for a moment. I guess I just left it out for too long before starting the video, but right there we have, just the what should have been the regular copper block, but it, weathered. And then you have it progressively gets more oxidized. Now, there's two ways to remove these. You can either A, use an axe, or there's actually three ways you can stop this from happening. A, use an axe to reset it back to the original state that it was. B, you can wax it to keep it in its state permanently. And C, you can have what we're going to be talking about later, the lightning rod. You're able to use that, put it on top of the block, and that will, in turn, remove the oxidization. The next thing I want to talk about is the tinted glass. This stuff is real good, especially for mob farms. I think this is going to come really in handy for the mob farms, especially when blocking out light, because, that's what it does. If we get inside this box here, I conveniently made, we're able to see that inside the box, there is a low light level. Now, I don't know how those just gigabrains who make all of those, just advanced systems and whatnot for mob farms, but that is going to be amazing. Next up, we have the glow item frame. Now, the item frame that, it's like a regular item frame, except you use, the glow berries? Yeah, the glow berries alongside this to make a glow item frame. These both light up. They kind of light up blocks around it, and they just look nice in general. I prefer these over regular item frames personally, and I think they're a great addition to the game. Next, axolotls. Now, I don't have a little pin for an axolotl here because I like to let them, roam free, as they should. But the axolotl, I think, is the best addition to the game ever. I love axolotls. They're so good. Mostly because they're just adorable. I'm not going to lie. But that's my opinion. Maybe you hate them. Maybe you, in the comment, yes, I'm talking about you, the viewer. Maybe, just maybe, you hate them. And if you do, I don't understand it. I'm not going to lie to you. Now, this. Oh boy. The lightning rod. I honestly only think this could be useful if you're trying to make a charge creeper farm. Like if you're trying to somehow make it in a way that you're going to get charge creepers, like making a regular creeper farm and then, having it to where whenever it's raining, they'll get charged and then die. But you would want them to roam free, right? Like you would like do this to like regular creepers, so they would be able to blow up other mobs to have mob heads. I don't know. I don't know how this will be useful. I know that it might be useful for people wanting to like do somehow. I feel somebody's gonna have some way to automate copper, something. I don't know how that'll work, but as you can see, it just changed. That's another feature. I really think this is incredibly cool. Like I honestly, in my personal opinion, as a gamer, gaming, as Big Block Breaker 49, I honestly think this is really cool. Next, we have Powdered Snow. This is gonna be annoying, sure, but I think it's really cool, and it's gonna add a new, just layer of just gameplay to whenever you're up in the mountains. Whenever you fall into this stuff, a little thing will form around your screen. It's a little decal or something, an overlay will form around your screen, and once it gets to full, if I was in survival mode, you would start taking damage. Now, you also can't jump out of this stuff. You can't just normally jump out of it, unless you're in creative mode and can fly away. But you cannot normally jump out of it. You have to walk out. So if you ever fall into a pit and it's just like this, you're screwed. I don't know what you're gonna do. You're dead. And that's what I have for the Powdered Snow. Now, Drip Leaves. I think these are pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. I think they'll eventually come into use in some way, but at the same time, I also kind of think they're useless. But I also think they're really good for, flora again. I probably should have lopped that in there with that. And another thing that I completely forgot whenever I was writing everything for this and, setting it up is the spyglass. This, other than the axolotl over there, is my new favorite item. There's like my new favorite thing in the game. These are useful. in the most simple way I can put it, these are useful. They're fun to use. You're able to screw around on an SMP with these by just it's kind of like holding your sword back in the day whenever you just you'd flick your sword up, and it's just a lot of fun. Also, you're able to use them to scout out areas, look at stuff from afar. I think it's incredibly cool, honestly. It is one of my favorite additions in the newest update, and I just enjoy it a little bit more than I probably should. But yeah, these are some of the newest additions to 1.17. Maybe you didn't know some of the stuff here like this, or maybe that the lightning rods could remove the oxidation on copper blocks. Maybe that. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to leave a like, maybe subscribe, consider it. It's always free, you're able to unsubscribe later. And have a nice day.